It is another night of from garden to table with Tom via the oven, mind you. I gotta be honest. It's not just directly garden to table. It's garden to the counter, to the oven, to the table, if you want to be specific. Okay, but tonight I'm making a cheesy zucchini eggplant uh, bake, if you want to call it bake casserole, something like that. So I've got all these little tomatoes that came from the garden. The garlic didn't. The garlic came from Albertsons down the street. So it's not totally garden to table or garden to countertop to oven to table. But the squash, look at the squash. The squash and the zucchini, that is from the garden, and so is the eggplant. So what I did was I just cut these into about a half-inch slice, the squash and the zucchini, and then I just brushed it real lightly with oil, salted it with some beautiful kosher salt, and same thing, a tablespoon of olive oil. I just tossed the oil with the tomatoes and the 8 cloves of garlic with the skin on. So what I'm going to do is throw these into the oven at 450 for about 20 minutes. So we'll be back. Well, it's been the better part of about 20 minutes. Oh boy. Oh, oh, oh boy, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh, that looks good. That looks really, really good. Oh, a lot of sauce. Now here's my, ooh boy, look at that. All right. So now what I'm gonna do, I guess, is to turn over the eggplant and the squash, leave this out, and then bake the other side for about 15 minutes. Oh boy, that looks good. Boy, I sure hope this came out. Look at that. It's browned, and the squash on the tray with the tomatoes didn't brown because of all of the juices, I'm sure. But anyway, so now I'm gonna see if I can't stick this into the oven and go for another 15 minutes and get the other side browned. So we will see. Well, it's been the better part of about 10 minutes. Uh-oh, look at that. Ooh, oh boy. I don't know. We will see, as the saying goes. It's not burnt. It looks pretty good, actually. Looks really, really good. Will you look at that? Oh boy. I'm tempted to just pop one in my mouth right now. Ooh, maybe this little squash. Oh boy. That's good. Okay. Now we'll get out these squash here. I could probably turn these over and let them bake a little bit more, but see if I can even do that. No. I don't know that it's going to matter, but what the heck. Sure, because these should have browned when they were cooking with the tomatoes, but the tomatoes went and messed everything up. Let's see. Okay. Well, all right, we'll see what happens. Oh boy, these look good. Okay, I'll put those in a little bit. And then I'm going to mix the 8 ounces of ricotta cheese, 6 ounces of mozzarella, and some red pepper flakes. So I'll get going on that. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't that kind of look like potato salad? But it's not. It's 8 ounces of 8 ounces of ricotta cheese, and then 6 ounces of mozzarella, and then about 3/4 of a teaspoon teaspoon of red pepper flakes. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking that garlic and I'm mashing it up with a fork. You see, and I'm going to get it into a nice paste. So I'll get that mixed up into a nice paste, similar to what you see about right there. Oh yeah, that looks like a paste. Wow, that looks good. Okay, let's get that. Oh boy, I'm doing this through the lens of the camera. There we go. So now we're just gonna mix that all in with that. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really good. All right, the next step, what it told me to do was to take 1/3 of the zucchini and the eggplant and line the bottom of a 2-quart oiled pan, and then take 1/3 of the tomatoes and put that over the top, and then dollop half of the cheese mixture. So I think now it's safe to assume that the next step is to put another, I'm assuming another third of the eggplant and the zucchini over the top. Oh, this looks good. This looks really good. Okay, I'll put a little one and get some more of the squash. Oh boy, Mamma mia, that looks really good. Oh boy, I think I outdid myself tonight. That's what my dad used to say to my mom every night at the dinner table, regardless whether she made hot dogs or pot roast. It was always, "Ann, you outdid yourself tonight." But my dad, bless his heart, rest his soul, up there in heaven, he's probably looking down at me and saying, "Hey, Jesus, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look really, really good?" Oh, now I'm going to put this in the oven until the cheese is melted and bubbling. Well, it's been about 20 minutes, and let's see if it's bubbling. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. I think it's bubbling. Oh boy, does that look good. Oh wow. That looks really, really good. Oh boy. This is good. This is really, really good. You know, I decided to take it back to the garden. Take the table back to the garden. So it's garden to counter to oven back to table back to garden or something like that. But anyway, oh, this looks fantastic. You know, as I was getting ready to as I was preparing all this, my mind's always racing, and I'm thinking to myself, make this a nice little Airbnb and have a nice little sitting area out here, you know, with candles and lights and a trellis with dangling flowers and all that kind of stuff. Let's see how this tastes. If it tastes half as good as it looks, it's gonna be out of this world. Mmm. Mmm. Oh boy, that's delicious. That's really, really delicious. All right, folks, have a good evening. Cheers. Mmm. Mmm. Nacho Pinam.